There is a new wave on the right of American politics, railing against the establishment and calling out special interests. But where is this getting its money? There has always been big money in US politics, on both sides of the aisle. Individuals have always wielded huge influence in US politics because of their wealth, but recently there have been a number of new trends. There have been new sources of money coming into US politics, new ways of using that money, and entirely different political goals. A key example of this was the Mercer family's involvement in the 2016 election of Donald Trump. The Mercer family were key donors to the Donald Trump campaign and since then have continued to support a range of anti-establishment candidates in the US. There are also relatively new entrants to the US political sphere, coming from areas of high finance such as the hedge fund and private equity industry. This is in comparison to more traditional sources of political funding, which usually came from business magnates and industrialists such as the Koch brothers or Sheldon Adelson. Their style of funding is also fundamentally different. Though they still contribute to campaigns in a more traditional sense, the Mercers have been buying up media organizations and personalities to directly target voters and spread their long-term political message. This includes organizations such as Breitbart and people such as Steve Bannon.
This populist, nationalist, conservative revolt, this is not my war. This is our war. And you all didn't start it. The establishment started it. But I will tell you one thing, you all are going to finish it.
The family clearly has a long-term approach to changing the cultural fabric of the country. This is driven primarily by their own deeply held anti-establishment views. The Mercers are also noted for their forward-looking approach to data and technology, in contrast to more traditional ways of doing voter outreach. Their now infamous investment in Cambridge Analytica showed that they were far more interested in long-term change in the US population's hearts and minds rather than short-term political wins.
And what was the role of Robert Mercer in funding that coordinated network?
He was the primary funder who put in tens of millions of US dollars into Cambridge Analytica, which then distributed that money to that network. Alexander Nix was quite keen on selling contracts. However, after Robert Mercer put his investment into Cambridge Analytica, the only restriction that we had was to not work with Democrats.
All of this combined shows how the Mercers are fundamentally different to the previous generation of political donors. Like the politicians they fund and support, they're trying to change the face of the nation. And to both their friends and their foes alike, they're clearly a formidable force.